Oh, yeah. Let's get started.
Welcome back, Captain.
You mentioned an Aether Wave drama. I like to see it.
Certainly, Captain. I was hoping you would ask.
It was the law-forsaken parasites. I had become obsessed. My quest to stop them. To avenge my partner, Philip. And my ex-partner, Bernice. And Lieutenant Jurgen. And those two informants had brought me to Rizzo's distillery. But it wasn't just the triple distilled deliciousness of Rizzo's Spectrum brand vodka that I found there. It was death. I made sure the Brain Eaters paid the price. But at what cost to me? It's you.
This is the Halcyon News Network with breaking news. Halcyon Helen has been murdered. Administrator Ludovico of Rizzo's refused to answer the big question on everyone's mind. Who will Spectrum Vodka's next spokesperson be? Claiming that a special investigation must be concluded first.
Captain, we have a communication coming in from one Administrator Ludovico.
Get off the transmission, Cedric. We agreed to let me do the negotiating. Law be with you, friend. I am Administrator Ludovico of the famed Eridanos Atmospheric Complex. But there's no need to stand on formality. You may address me as Mr.
How about I call you Lou?
How about not?
Okay, Lou.
I apologize if I've struck too familiar a tone for your tastes. Let me get right to the point. Halcyon Helen is dead. Murdered. Her death is the tragedy of our lifetime. As the face of our new product line, her murder is a stain on the Rizzo's brand. She was scheduled to unveil our newest product, Spectrum Brown, before this tragic event. But we cannot move forward with our unveiling until we apprehend the killer.
Who is Halcyon Helen?
You can't be serious. Halcyon Helen, greatest cultural icon of our colony, empress of the Aether Waves.
All right, Ludovico, that's enough. You don't know what you're doing. Let me handle this. The infamous Captain Hawthorne. You have such a remarkable talent for upsetting Sublight's authorities. Cedric Kincannon, Sublight Underground. I'm so glad we're hiring a third-party investigator. No one wants to see a troop of UDL guards stomping all over my hotel. Least of all me. The murder of Halcyon Helen is a heinous assault on this colony. I look forward to watching you find the miscreant responsible and drag them out of the shadows.
You must be desperate. You want my help. I'm no friend of Sublight.
You're no friend to Lilia Hagen. I represent Sublight Underground. You and I have a clean slate. I run the Grand Colonial Hotel and Piraeus Spaceport. Ludovico and I are business partners, in a manner of speaking. Eridanos is our shared responsibility.
Eridanos is not our shared responsibility. Eridanos is my responsibility, to which you and your organization have latched on like a parasite.
Please, Lou. Sublight Underground is built on discretion. I'm establishing rapport with our new contractor. Let's not give her the impression that you can't be trusted.
Do you really want to do this right now, Cedric? You want to antagonize me while I'm negotiating a contract? Because I promise you, I'll win.
We can do this anytime you want. I'll even make an appointment. I'm sure your schedule's wide open. What with your product launch being indefinitely delayed due to unforeseen murder.
All right, Cedric. If that's how you want to behave, I have no choice but to file an official reprimand on your permanent record.
Oh, please do. I'd love an official reprimand from a failed executive. Could you do me a favor and have it laminated?
Could we please stop this nonsense? Captain, I'm Constable Maria Keene. Hiring a third-party investigator was my idea. I've been studying your dossier. You are an extraordinary scientist. If your talents extend to forensics, then you may be exactly what we need. As far as I'm concerned, you're the ideal inspector for this case.
Inspector Silver. I like that.
I'm pleased to hear that. The future of our complex may depend on your success. I'll leave you in the constable's care. Mr. Kincannon and I must have a word.
Fine. Bud Rizzo's is paying for that hotel room.
I can't tell you how grateful I am for your help. And even though they may not show their gratitude, I know Administrator Ludovico and Mr. Kincannon appreciate your involvement. Mr. Kincannon could lose his spaceport if board authorities took over the investigation, and if Rizzo's is forced to cancel its unveiling, we might never recover.
Helen must have been pretty popular if her death could put an end to your operations.
Helen was more than popular. She gave something to this colony that no product line could ever provide. Real happiness. No one has ever been as well known or as well loved. Outside of our courageous business leaders.
Of course. You seem competent. Deal with this.
I represent the law, Captain. But what's happening between Mr. Kincannon and the Administrator is politics. Politics are not my area of expertise. The law is simple. Politics are complicated.
Eh? Relax. There's nothing I can't handle.
I'm pleased to hear that. From everything I've heard, you're a competent freelancer. And at the risk of sounding impertinent, we desperately need the help of someone competent. Thank you for your time, Captain. Whenever you're ready, I've authorized the Unreliable to land at the Grand Colonial.
Alright, I got everything I need.
Transmission terminated. Captain, we are now cleared to land at the Eridanos atmospheric complex.
I don't even know why they're trusting me with this.
It is possible they expect you to understand the mind of a killer. You were, after all, responsible for murdering civilians in Emerald Vale.
What can you tell me about Eridanos?
Eridanos is a hydrogen-helium gas giant, distinguished by a well-defined ring system. The Eridanos atmospheric complex is a system of land masses propelled through a thin layer of the upper atmosphere, where humans are potentially capable of surviving.
Okay, thank you. What? Oh, 36. I thought the 35 was max. Okay. Well, I'll take it. Oh, I can't bring hacking to I'll take it. That way I can boost it up. 250. I got everything that isn't companion room.
Eridanos, recently famous for Halcyon Helen's death. How exciting.
Let's get a fresh character. There you go.
Please avoid damaging yourself.
Plug. Sublight Underground.
Hello, hello, hello there. Hope your atmospheric entry wasn't too troublesome. As a guest of honor, you deserve the best in comfort. Sublight Salvage and Shipping Underground, or Slug, as we like to call ourselves, is delighted to welcome you to Eridanos. I'm the Grand Colonial Head Bellhop. I'm here to grab your bags and direct you, the inspector, to the Grand Ballroom, which was the scene of the crime.
Yeah, that sounds great. I was promised a room.
You were indeed. It's the penthouse suite, the best room in the whole Grand Colonial. It was actually Helen's not too long ago. Helen's death has been a shock for many. A lot of people are inconsolable. Hell, even Black Hole Birdie, Helen's beau, has wandered off. Some folks think he had something to do with the murder, but I don't believe it.
Yeah, that's great. Can I see my room?
Of course. That is, I would love to. Unfortunately, it's currently still being prepared. Not to speak out of turn, but I think the idea was that the hotel staff would continue to clean your room while you investigated the crime scene.
Yeah, no, I don't think I'm investigating anything.
It's your right, of course. If you change your mind, however, feel free to take a look at the ballroom. I'm sure your help will be most appreciated.
Okay.
Since Halcyon Helen's dead, I guess they're gonna have to find a new Aether Wave star.
I'm here on vacay, okay?
How many bits I've spent at the Grand Colonial? Is my patronage worth nothing to you?
I'm sure you've spent a lot, sir, but unfortunately we can't make any exceptions.
Vacay is important. Plasma Carbine Ultra. Oh. These items are still pretty bad. I hope we get better items soon. Oh, wait. I leveled. A stinker. Good God. Plus 20,000? Or whatever.
Please, can't you see my face?
Greetings, Inspector. No need to check in here. Your paperwork has all been processed. You should be able to find the Colonial right ahead. I hope you catch the killers soon, Inspector. I don't want to see the Grand Colonial shut down.
Ooh.
Rizzo's Purple Berry Punch. You want a punch? We've got your punch right here.
My leg. Ow. I'm here to steal people's shit. Alright. And relax. Okay. You think I start finding max out? %30 surcharge? Ooh, the stealth skill is bad. What's with the map? Okay. Is that gonna happen every time? No, just once. Alright, what's wrong with that pool?
Oh, you're that inspector. Right. Sorry, but the pool's currently closed on account of it stinking worse than my boss. What can I do for you?
Why is it green?
Space me if I knew. I got here for my shift this morning and found it this way. They can't yell at me for this one, which is good, because a lot of folks seem upset by it.
This morning, so it happened just before the Spectrum Brown launch?
Gee, you're pretty sharp. Yeah, the reception party would have extended out here, but we had to close it off. What with the contamination. And now the reception ain't happening anyway. Can't do much now but wait for the stench to wear off. We found the individual hired to clean face down in a puddle of his own spit in the orchards. Guess he won't be helping.
Huh. Face down in his own spit?
Look, I call it how I see it. They found the poor slackwit alongside syringes enough to put down a herd of mantisaurs. His family will have to be fined. Rizzo should have been more careful about who they hired. They're lucky nothing got permanently damaged.
Something about this sounds off. I want to take a look around.
Alright. You may want to visit the sun parlor. That's where that Rizzo's fool mixed the chemicals he used. Oh, and you can talk to Lily, my boss. She probably has some great advice. I saw her walk toward the bridge to the Purpleberry Orchards earlier. Reckon she's still there. Now, anything else I can do for you?
I got some questions, I guess.
So long as you don't want to go in, I can answer anything you like.
Pretty heavily armed for a pool guard, huh?
Yeah, it's part of the job. I think I'm listed as a security consultant. But all that really means is that if I'm caught without this thing, I get put on pool guard duty. I don't know what happens if I'm caught without it on pool guard duty, but I know that I don't want to find out.
You said Rizzo hires someone to do the cleaning?
Yep, still dead. Usually Rizzo's is pretty good at making sure the people they hire ain't got triplicale for brains, but that fella clearly wasn't worth trusting. I met him briefly once. Seemed level-headed enough, but that must have been just a front. Otherwise, he wouldn't have made such a mess of things.
Okay, thank you.
Sounds good to me.
Bye. We'll check out the hotel later.
I hope the murderer is caught.
I'm pretty happy working for Slug. Mr. Kincannon treats us with respect.
I already don't like the background music to this place. Like 2 notes on repeating. Or at least it sounds like 2 notes on repeating. Did other places have a way? Oh. Botanical garden? Mix the chemical by cycling each vat. Unknown compound. Blue. Number 4. So 1, 2, 3. 2, 3, 4. So 1, 2, 3. I need cortisol and hydrogenated deformer. 1 and 5. There you go.
It really is stunning. I told you, didn't I? I'm thinking of reserving a wilderness safari.
No, I'm sorry. I don't serve any drinks with those tiny umbrellas.
Okay. Place is pretty big. God. I like how they make it so that not really stealing. Because I will kill them, they say. No?
You don't know how grateful I am to...
Rizzo's cares about the happiness of its family. Spacer's choice can't take that.
Do we have like a new... Oh. Really?
Move along.
Okay. Then we got the spaceport. Okay.
And I bet you believed how...
We're not gonna go inside yet. We're gonna go outside, all around. We're not really gonna go up yet. We're gonna stay down low. Leaving money just lying around? Man, I wish that was real life. I want to go speak to that dude first.
So when the Rizzo spokesman said that...
Oh. Ooh. Let's go up whenever we a way up.
I saw you meander on out of the pool and into the greenhouse. Now you're here. Does that mean what I think it means?
What do you think it means?
Might mean that you can be trusted. Might not. Guess we'll see.
What's in it for me?
More than a handful of bits.
Why go after a hotel pool?
Maybe not. Maybe I just want Rizzo's working relationship with Slug to implode for the benefit of Spacer's choice. But you're right. It ain't high profile. And it ain't gotta be. Any damage to Rizzo's is cause for celebration. You ain't gotta concern yourself with my spite. Consider me an average Byzantine, and I'll consider you an average contractor.
Yeah, sure.
That's great to hear. Or grand, as the Byzantines are so fond of saying. Not that I ain't one. There's a chemical mixing machine in the greenhouse that has more than a few volatile chemicals. Mix them and render that pool unusable. Anything that ain't a cleaner should do. Dump the mix into the pool, then find somebody in Slug and tell them you did it for Rizzo's. That'll get those damn bastards into some red water.
Why Rizzo's?
They're getting a tad too cozy with your friendly neighborhood slugs. We don't want either gaining power on the board. Easier to do so if their alliance ain't so sweet anymore. Personally, I don't think we're going far enough. Rizzo's is all smiling gun hands and uppity scientists. Wouldn't mind bringing them down with some well-placed bullets, but if you're worried about this hurting your relationship with Slug, I wouldn't. The guard's thicker than the shit in that pool. Tell him you're with Rizzo's and he won't question it.
Wait, did Rizzo ruin the pool, or was it you?
This here's a messy business, friend. And when it comes to messy businesses, the rule's always the same. Don't get too curious, whether it's about Saltuna additives or espionage. Spacer's Choice didn't ruin anything. Rizzo's did. And ain't that a coincidence? But it's also gonna be Rizzo's that permanently puts that pool out of commission.
Alright, I'm off.
Dandy. Come on back once you've done your deed.
Have you seen the profit of profitability of it?
I'm always war against the board.
Hi again. It's like I just saw you. Pool's still closed, unfortunately.
Looks like the chemical can be added to the pool. I'm going to attempt to fix it.
All sounds right by me. It'll be nice to actually have guests to guard. Sinuses that work.
I will concoct a solution to exercise the odorous particle with severe efficiency.
All right. Yeah, I was thinking the same thing.
Of course.
Supposed to be bubbling. You know, I don't remember the pool making those sizzling noises before. Something happened?
You fool. In an act of mad genius, I devised a compound to turn the water acidic.
I always knew trusting science was a bad idea. Now I gotta get this handled before someone falls in and sues the Colonial for chemical burns.
You sure there isn't anything I can do?
Please, I think you've helped enough. Lost, what am I gonna do? Remind me not to let you near any machinery in the future.
I don't want to max out my talking, but nah.
Pool's nothing but an acrid mess of concrete, I hear. Hope I'll hear the sound of Rizzo's heads hitting the floor next.
All this over a pool. I hope you're paying me well for this.
Revolutions have been started over less, I reckon. Maybe. Probably. Here's your pay. Spend Spacer's Choice thanks you for your contributions to future profits. Thanks for getting your hands dirty. Things have been too quiet on this end of Eridanos for too long.
There's nothing more I can do. Oh, what is this building right here?
Why'd Helen have to go and die in our hotel? We don't need that kind of notoriety.
Wow. What? You need a key? Where are you? Maybe the other dude have it. The guy by the pool. Sounds like he could have given us something for the quest, because we could have intimidated him. Go back. The hell? Where's the pool? Oh, all the way back. We'll pickpocket him. Saving. Auto saves now. Storeroom key. Wait. Why does it feel like I'm moving so slow? Man, this place sucks. I'm actually kind of glad that we didn't help him. That reward was terrible. Wow. Not even a unique item. Guns and guns. Okay. Anything else here? Not really. That's so slow.
The murder has inflicted
so much
severe
better.
emotional trauma on me. I demand a room upgrade.
I'm sorry, ma'am, but while the hotel is an active crime scene, I regret to inform you that all new bookings, room upgrades, room downgrades, and in-room massages are Oh, you're the special inspector. Mr. Kincannon warned me you'd be checking in soon.
Right, what happened? You happen to have my room key?
Yes. No, I don't yet, but I will, Inspector, ma'am. You'll be staying in our luxurious penthouse suite, vacated just recently. So recently that unfortunately the room's still being cleaned. I'm sure it'll be ready for you by the time you've examined the crime scene. I believe Constable Keene should be waiting for you in the grand ballroom.
Didn't see the grand ballroom on my way in.
Oh, the ballroom's right behind the tower elevators. Swing a left or a right, then cut through the crowd of spectators. You can't miss it.
Why, hello there! Goodness, I always enjoy seeing guests, but it's been so long since I've chatted face to face that I about hopped out of my skin at the sight of you. Excuse me, I should introduce myself, though you might know me already, just not by name. I'm Bellhop Sullivan. You've likely heard my dulcet tones through the elevator intercom.
With a voice like that, it's surprising no one smashed the intercom yet.
Yes, it is. Now that our introductions are out of the way, do let me know if I can help you with anything.
You said you operate the elevator, and guests not press the buttons themselves?
Well, yes, but having an operator certifies that the right guests end up on the proper floors. We wouldn't want tossball players rubbing shoulders with CEOs. It'd be anarchy. Plus, there's always the risk a guest chips a nail or loses a ring on a button. It's an extra effort, but the Grand Colonial prides itself on personalized service in all things. That and the elevator still works if I'm ever not around. I do take occasional breaks and sleep every so often.
So I assume the bellhops know each other? Any gossip about Norville?
Oh yes, Norville's great. Always ready to help any and all guests who might need it. And so handsome, too. His judgment sometimes leaves something to be desired, I will say. Kept badgering Halcyon Helen prior to her death about an autograph or something. A little beyond his station.
Do you know anything about Halcyon Helen's murder?
Unfortunately not. I was in the operator room for the elevator, as usual. The camera feed only allows me to see within the elevator, which always has many people coming through. For what it's worth, the murder was a right shame. I always enjoyed the serials starring Ms. Helen, though I did find them prone to repetitive plot structures. But I'm sure you've heard the rumor about what actually did her in. That marauders got into the hotel and management is covering it up so the guests don't run off.
Have marauders been a problem?
Well, not necessarily, but they're fairly prevalent on the other complexes. It wouldn't take much for them to find their way here. Slug claims they've got the problem under control, but I don't understand why they haven't simply gone and exterminated all of the marauders like the vermin they are. Oh, well, I'm just here to push buttons.
Bye.
The Grand Colonial Front Desk warmly welcomes you, Inspector. It's a pleasure to see you again. How may I be of assistance to you, Inspector?
My room ready?
Of course. Allow me to just pull up your info. It looks like you'll be staying in our luxurious penthouse suite, vacated just recently. so recently that I'm sure it'll be ready for you by the time.
Thanks.
The Grand... How may I...
The Grand Colonial sure is interesting.
It certainly is a marvel of modern ingenuity, luxury, and ambition. Please, allow me to answer any curiosities you might have about our building and the amenities on offer.
What does the penthouse have to offer?
Twice the size of the next biggest room, and kitted out with any amenity you want, as well as many that you won't. Best to enjoy it while you can, Inspector. Typically, the only people who can afford the penthouse suite have enough bits to suffocate everyone on Terra 2. Also, please inform me if Woolridge gives you a hard time about getting a better room than his. Don't tell him I said this, but everyone on staff wants to strangle him.
Is there anything about the upper levels?
Most certainly. All the important folks can be found in the utmost parts of the hotel. You can hardly walk 3 feet without bumping into a tossball grate or a bored exec. Though maybe don't bump into them. Could be harmful to your health.
No one seems to talk much about the lower levels.
Who would be interested in a staff-only area? Most folks never ask about the sewers beneath Rizzo's plant, either.
You can't honestly tell me there's nothing interesting in the entire half of the hotel.
Of interest to your investigation? Well, I suppose there is that one door we're not supposed to open. But I'm sorry, Inspector, I'm not authorized to grant you access to any staff sections of the hotel. You'll have to find a way in on your own.
Alright, thank you.
If you're sure.
You got some high-profile guests here, right? What can you tell me about them?
My apologies, Inspector, but that would be a severe violation of guest privacy. We here at the Grand Colonial firmly believe that... Alright, my supervisor just walked out of earshot. Some folks just don't understand the importance of gossip. About whom? And what would you wish to know?
Do you know there's anything about Halsey and Helen before she died?
You know, out of everyone here, I probably knew the least about Helen. I'm not much of an Aetherwave watcher myself. And Helen always had a crowd of admirers chasing her, you see. So she rarely stopped to chat. Friendly enough, surely, but always seemed untouchable. Emphasis on seemed.
Was she closer with some people than others?
Everyone wanted to be around Helen. She could usually be seen alongside Bertie or Woolrich, for obvious reasons.
Heard Black Hole Bertie was staying here.
Ah, Bertie. Is he bigger than he is dumb, or dumber than he is big? I've a bet with a friend. Not sure we'll ever get it to pay out. Bertie used to be Helen's beau, though he isn't anymore, and not just because she's dead. If I had 1,000,000 bits, I'd spend every one just to learn what caused their split.
We got some kind of productivity guru here, right? What's her deal?
Her deal? Not making them. I'd laugh at my own comment, but everyone knows there's no bigger joke than the prophet of profitability herself. Didn't you hear Helen's interview? That woman is the definition of humbuggery. Anyone who gives her the time of day is a right fool. I mean, Spencer Woolrich has taken several of her productivity seminars, and look where it got him. Don't waste your time.
Helen's co-star, Woolrich, have any reason to want her dead?
If looks could kill, he'd have put her in the ground 10 times over. Man's clearly jealous of her success compared to his. See, I'd bet we're the only 2 people thinking about him in all of Eridanos. And I only am because you mentioned his name. If you leave woolly cow milk out, it turns to curds. Leave the curds out, they begin to get stale, then rot. Woolridge is on his way to the trash bin, and everyone knows it. Either he's in denial, or he knew Helen would be checking out soon, judging by his increasing demands for a room upgrade.
That's enough gossip.
That's a shame, Inspector. What if I wanted to know a little about you?
I let my reputation speak for me.
Then I guess we'll have to see if you find Helen's murderer, won't we? Myself, and all of the staff at the Grand Colonial, will be rooting for you, Inspector.
Goodbye. Goodbye.
I'll bet you 10 bits this is all just some sort of publicity stunt.
Welcome to the Grand Colonial.
The crime scene's awaiting, Inspector. Can't believe something like this could happen in my hotel. When I found her, I was just hoping she had a little too much to drink, but all the grievous bodily injury adds up, I suppose.
This room seems like a bad place to loiter after hours.
I reckon you're right, considering the fact that Helen was murdered here. No telling what she was doing. Anyway, I'm sure you've got questions.
Got any ideas who might have wanted Helen in?
Everyone's got theories. I don't reckon mine hold much more weight than anyone else's.
Did you see Helen on the day of the death?
Of course I did. I just told you I found the body. Oh, wait. You mean when she was still breathing? No, of course I didn't. Plus, it's untoward for an employee to speculate about the actions of a hotel guest. Not that I saw any hotel guests interacting with her.
Wow. Sure.
Sorry, Inspector, they don't pay me to think.
You want to give me more details on how you come across the body?
Sure, I'd taken to checking the barroom every few hours prior to the unveiling. Just to make sure no sprats had snuck into the place. You understand. Found her right before I was set to head back to my room in the lower levels for my mandated 5-hour sleep period. Tell ya, thank the law for caffeinoid. Been too upset to get a wink of sleep since. And hey, now I can finally see smells.
Do you kill Helen? You can tell me you did. It'll be our secret.
What? No! Just because I found the corpse doesn't mean I made her a corpse. I was in shift all day. Besides, I loved Helen's serials. Well, the old ones anyway. The newer episodes are hot junk on a warm day.
Any idea why Helen would have wanted to been in the ballroom after hours?
Beats all hell out of me. Maybe she was, practicing for the unveiling? Sure. What's on your mind?
Okay.
With Halcyon Helen gone, does that...
Oh, come on. What?
Dodge, movement penalty to accuracy, weapon AoE radius. Oh, damn. 10 less tech skill, 40% AoE, and 20 to dodge.
Black hole birdie.
Hello there, my inordinately... Oh, you're the one who visited me. Hello again. Thanks so much for brightening my day. Oh dear. I'm sorry, but you don't seem to have a registered room key. If you've lost your key, why don't you pay the hotel concierge a visit? I'm sure she can get you a new one. Then you can come back, and I'll service all of your vertical needs.
Okay.
I knew I should have gotten her autograph when I had the chance.